Lieutenant Fuller.
Yeah, Nash, what is it?
A phone company's on the other line, sir. They say they got a trace on this one.
Yeah, let's have it.
He says the calls are coming from number 6 Belmont Street.
For Christ's sakes, Nash, you got it wrong. That's where the calls are going into.
That's where they're coming from, too, sir.
Shit.
Hello?
Who is this?
It's Jess.
Miss Bradford, this is Sergeant Nash. Are you the only one in the house?
No. Phil and Barbara upstairs asleep. Why?
All right. Now, I want you to do exactly what I tell you without asking any questions, okay? No questions. Now, just put the phone back on the hook, walk to the front door, and leave the house.
What's wrong?
Please, Miss Bradford, please just do as I tell you.
Okay. I'll get Phil and Barbara.
No, don't do that, Jess. Jess, the caller is in the house. The calls are coming from the house. Jess! Jess, get up! And don't go up there.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode served up to you right here on Tap, That Adventure Podcast. What you guys just heard is a scene from one of my favorite movies. It is a Christmas movie, although it is just as much horror as it is Christmas. The movie is Black Christmas. All right, guys, we got a lot of show for you guys today. We got comments, of course. You know, I'm not sure exactly if we're going to share the comments from the last episode of Tap, just because it's basically kind of off topic, and it was so long ago. So maybe I will find some of my more favorite comments from more recent videos, and we'll share those with you guys. So be sure when you guys are watching episodes of 909 Adventures that you leave comments, and as long as I continue to keep recording for Tap, I will read some of the comments on the podcast. Also leave comments here, and I will definitely read those as well. We got birthday shout outs. We're going to be splitting a track, which is from the drum track that you're hearing right now. If you guys haven't noticed, it's not a complete song, just a drum track. What you guys are hearing is the drum track for Wham's Last Christmas. We're going to be dissecting that song, and we're going to be hearing everything from the drums, what you're hearing now, down to the piano, guitar, bass guitar, all that. Everything but the vocals, because the vocals is what kind of gets you gets you a copyright strike. We're going to have Christmas fun facts. Top Christmas movies, top 10 Christmas movies, and top 10 most overrated Christmas songs, among other things. So if you guys want to hear, we split the tracks on Wham's Last Christmas, which, let's be honest, we all know that was all George Michael. If you guys want to hear that, stick around until the end. We'll be doing that last, just to kind of give you guys an incentive to stick around. Again, though, if this is the first time you're hearing this is a traditional podcast. There'll be next to no video for this episode. I'm recording a little bit just because I'm also recording a home vlog at the same time. So if you guys want to see a little bit of behind the scenes of Tap, be sure to go check out the home vlog. We'll also be having This Week in Pop Culture History. And just in case you guys couldn't tell by the theme of this show, this is going to be our Christmas special. Now, without any further delay, let's start the show. I hate to start the show off on a bad note, But I figured let's get this out of the way first. We lost a good one. Rob Reiner. The police said on Monday, December 14th, 2025, that the son of the celebrated Hollywood director Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer Reiner has been arrested on suspicion of murder in the death of his parents. The arrest on Sunday came the day after the father and son were seen arguing at a party at the home of comedian Conan O'Brien. According to a party attendee who recalled Rob Reiner telling his son that his behavior was inappropriate. The attendee, who asked not to be named, did not speak to any of the Reiners at the party and added that it was unclear what the argument was about. Rob Reiner was an American actor, director, producer, and filmmaker. He became one of Hollywood's most respected directors in the 1980s and 90s, having directed This Is Spinal Tap, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Stand By Me, Misery, and A Few Good Men. Known for successfully directing across multiple genres, comedy, romance, drama, and thriller, he is also the son of legendary comedian Carl Reiner, and of course, he rose to fame playing the lovable meathead on the classic TV sitcom All in the Family.
Michael, I may be slow, but it's finally getting through to me. I only appeal to you when I have this dumb wig on.
Glory, that's not true.
Michael, it's not me. It's this pile of hair from Kressler's that's getting to you. I just happen to be standing underneath it.
That's not true. I love you with or without the wig. It's just that right now I'd like you with the wig.
Sure you would, because that way you can mess around with a different girl without cheating on your wife. What a sickie.
You're calling me a sickie, Glory? You're the sick one. You're jealous of your own wig.
All I know is that you're in love with a fantasy figure with dark hair.
No, that's not true. I'm in love with you, Gloria. Look, I want to show you something. Look at this. Look at this here. You know what this is?
Yeah.
Here. It's a whole tray full of fantasy here. And look what you got here. Perfumes, lipsticks, mascaras, blue eyeshadow, green eyeshadow, false eyelashes. And what is all this here for, Gloria? All to make you more attractive to me. So why should you mind the wig? Gee, honey, what are we arguing about? Come on, put it on.
The Reiners were found with multiple stab wounds, presumably by their son. May you guys rest in peace.
Where do you think you're going? Nobody's leaving. Nobody's walking out on this fun, old-fashioned family Christmas. No, we're all in this together. This is a full-blown 4-alarm holiday emergency here. We're gonna press on, and we're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye. And when Santa squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's gonna find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
All right, guys, it's time for Christmas fun facts. Now, these are in no particular order, but here we go. Santa's red suit. While St. Nicholas wore green, Coca-Cola popularized Santa Claus's modern red and white suit in the 1930s. I think a lot of us knew that. I mean, he's the same color as a Coca-Cola can. He's been on the Coca-Cola can and the bottle each and every Christmas as long as I have been alive. And I mean, even on the smaller glass bottles, every now and then you can find I think it's either 6 or 7 ounce bottles around Christmas time. And he's even on those glass bottles still to this day. And of course, there's the commercials. Let's see, Jingle Bells was for Thanksgiving. Originally titled One Horse Open Sleigh, it debuted at a Thanksgiving celebration in 1857. You know what, guys? That is crazy because I always associated that with Christmas. But if you look up the lyrics, there is actually no mention of Christmas anywhere in the song. Santa Claus is real. The figure is based off St. Nicholas, the 4th century Greek bishop known for his generosity. Edible tree toppers. Early Christmas trees were decorated with apples, nuts, and sweets, not glass bulbs, ornaments, Christmas lights, and candy canes as we know it today. It sounds like all this stuff with the apples and the nuts, the sweets, that sounds like Depression era decorations. So, again, these Christmas trees didn't always look the way they did today. Even Christmas trees when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s look a hell of a lot different than they do today. The origin story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Rudolph was created in 1939 by Montgomery Ward as a marketing gimmick for their coloring books, which were being sold in the Montgomery Ward's department store across the United States. Now, I believe I've heard this before. That's not news to me. But, of course, if that's where it started, we've all seen the cartoon that was around the same time period, or late 1930s, early 1940s, which I believe, now don't quote me, I believe that was also paid for by Montgomery Wards. Also, we've also seen the red button stop motion puppet that airs every year on TV. I forget if it's ABC or CBS or whatever it is. It's still aired to this day on TV. Stockings originated from St. Nicholas, filling the shoes or stockings of poor girls with gold coins, saving them from a life of servitude. Christmas was banned in the 17th century. The English Parliament briefly outlawed Christmas celebrations, deeming them too rowdy. Now, could you imagine not being able to celebrate Christmas, or if Christmas was banned today? Can you imagine how well that would go over? Not with just, the normal public, but with the large major companies who depend on days like Black Friday that lead up to the Christmas season. Could you imagine if something like that happened today? It'd be an all-out riot. So yeah, couldn't imagine Christmas being banned today. A space broadcast. Astronauts on Apollo 8 were the first to broadcast Jingle Bells from space in 1968. I've heard about that before as well. To me, it's kind of interesting. I'm kind of a space nerd. Kind of like the Apollo era, the space race. Every now and then that question will come up. If you could go back and live at any point in time, for me, I believe it would be the 60s during that space race, where it started with JFK saying we will go to the moon by the end of the decade. That was very iconic. And if you are a non-believer that we did not make it to the moon, let's have a conversation. Ukrainian spider webs. A Ukrainian legend says a spider wove a blanket for baby Jesus, leading to decorating trees with spider webs for good luck. I've never heard that before. Never heard of that ever. And spider webs on a Christmas tree? I don't know. That's kind of news to me. Has anybody else ever heard that? Because I haven't. If you have, raise your hand. If you're raising your hand, pat yourself on the back and give yourself a nice little laugh, because nobody could see you. And with that, that is my 9 fun facts about Christmas.
No clothes on anybody. Sickening. Cool, firecrackers. I'll save these for later. Buzz, I'm going through all your private stuff. You better come out and pound me. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. That part always cracked me up. A little fun fact. We should call this the fun fact episode, the Christmas fun fact episode. But a little fun fact about Buzz's girlfriend in the picture. Director Chris Columbus could not bring himself to do that to a little girl. So he actually dressed up a boy and put him in girl's clothing, took a picture, and that was Buzz's girlfriend. All right, guys, it's time for comments. I'm getting ready to read your comments again. Leave a comment on any comment that's left on a video on 909 Adventures or here on the podcast. I will read in a future episode. So please, everybody, make sure you are commenting on videos for a chance to have it read here on the podcast. But here we go. On YouTube, she commented on the home vlog. This is My Name is VNA. Everybody knows VNA. Hi, VNA. Her comment says, I'm sorry for the loss of your dog. I hope everything starts to get better for you and your family. I enjoy home vlogs, so keep them coming. All right, so she's referring to, we had a dog who was 10 years old. And we had him from the time he was 5 weeks old until the end of his life. And it kind of hit us a little bit. I wasn't really expecting that. But it did hit us a little harder than we were expecting. He's older than our youngest child, so we've had him for quite a long time. 10 years is nothing. It kind of sucks, and it's not fair that you only get a short amount of time versus the time you live with your pets. But yeah, that's what she's referring to. Also, the home vlog. Everybody seemed to have liked the home vlog, so I got more coming. I'm actually recording one now during the recording of this podcast. So again, look out for that. I think I mentioned that. Dutchman says on the same video, sorry for the loss of the pup. I hope your channel continues to grow, and I'm sorry. Mrs. 909's vehicle is broke down. Yeah, me too, man. It's not looking good for that video. It's not looking good for the van. The other V word. It's not looking good for that van. It's probably seen its last days. Yeah, it's a misfortune, but it is what it is. Kent Taylor says, what a beautiful hotel, gaming floor, and lobby. This place is awesome. I hope they don't tear it down. He's referring to the Main Street Station casino in downtown Las Vegas video we have. We started doing walkthroughs of the casinos in Las Vegas. So, a lot of people seem to enjoy them. I didn't think that would be something that anybody would be interested in, but that's what we got. This one is from, we'll just call him Jim. It's Jim and some other numerical number. I love this video. Sigma Derby would be the one for my dad and I, since we love horse racing. Lots of Buffalo slot machines, something else my dad and I like. So might check this place out in February when my dad and I go out there. Jim is referring to the D Casino in Las Vegas, another walkthrough we did. Wasteland by Wednesday. I was there back in 2017. I think it was. We were underneath the place and started hearing voices. Thought it was ghosts, but turned out to be security from the base wanting us out of there. That's funny. Yeah, he's referring to the Exploring a Forgotten Hospital in Victorville video. It's George Air Force Base, so if you guys enjoy urban exploration, which a lot of you are following me because of that, definitely go check out that video. It is a fairly recent video, no more than 3 months old. Exploring a Forgotten Hospital in Victorville. Curbed Chemist. I was there in 94. By the way, this video is exploring a former detention center for delinquent minors, Camp Lewis Roth. So there is an abandoned camp that Mrs. 909 had explored several years ago, and I believe it or not, I still getting messages about this place over there. So Curbed Chemist says, I was there in 94. The first dorm closest to the basketball court was the new incoming kids and where the workers slept. Crazy to see this as a 50-year-old being there when I was 17. Wow. Yeah, see, I get comments like that all the time about this camp. And it's pretty cool because you get a little insight about what life was like there. This fire camp was, I hope I'm explaining it right. These minors, children, were incarcerated for various reasons, and if they thought they could be rehabilitated, they'd send them to this fire camp, and you'd get to go to school, you'd get your GED there, and you'd learn a skill. And a lot of them would walk away with certificates and what is the word? But they would walk away being able to get a job once they got out. So it was a cool little explore. We were there for quite a while, actually. And that is comments. All right, guys, it's time for another list. Top 5 things that happened this week in pop culture history. Alright guys, these are going to be in no particular order. But in December of 1939, Gone with the Wind had its world premiere in Atlanta. The film went on to become one of the highest grossing and most influential movies of all time, winning 10 Academy Awards and cementing its place in Hollywood history. Wow, that's a lot. 10 Academy Awards. That's almost unimaginable. On December 15th, 1967, The Who released The Who's Sellout. The album was framed like a pirate radio broadcast filled with fake commercials. It helped push rock music into more experimental and conceptual territory. In December 1977, Saturday Night Fever hits theaters. The movie didn't just make John Travolta a superstar, it brought disco into the mainstream, influenced fashion worldwide, and delivered one of the best-selling soundtracks of all time.
One pork chop! One!
Hey, Frank!
It's disgusting, right? Sick. We just washed the hair. You know, I work on my hair a long time, and you hit it. He hits my hair.
Yeah, don't mess with Tony's hair. Rumor has it Tony doesn't have any more hair. In December 1981, Nintendo released Donkey Kong, introducing the world to a character called Jumpman, who would later be renamed Mario. The single arcade game launched the Super Mario franchise and helped turn video games into a major part of pop culture history. Mid-December also marks the release of 2 very different but hugely important films, Driving Miss Daisy in 1989 and Schindler's List in 1993. One became a feel-good Oscar winner, the other one of the most powerful and respected films ever made, proving how impactful a December release can be. On December 10th, 1967, Otis Redding was killed in a plane crash just days after recording Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay, which would become his first and only #1 hit after his death. On December 8th, 1980, the world woke up to the news of John Lennon's death, making one of the most shocking and defining moments in music history. December 12th, 1997, Scream 2 was released, proving that horror sequels could still be smart self-aware, and widely successful at the box office. Now that's kind of funny that they would release Scream 2, basically a Halloween movie, a horror movie, only 6 weeks after Halloween? On December 14th, 1989, The Simpsons aired its first full-length episode, eventually becoming the longest-running scripted TV show in American history. On December 13th, 1994, Sony released the PlayStation in Japan, changing the gaming industry and helping move video games fully into mainstream pop culture. Man, I remember when that came out. It was a big deal. It was the first time we've seen any really sort of digital gaming as far as being on a disc. Before the PlayStation came out, everything was on a cartridge. And finally, on December 15th, 1996, Beavis and Butthead aired its final original episode on MTV, marking the end of an era for 90s animation. And that was this week in pop culture history. All right, guys, you guessed it. It's that time again for another list. Simply overrated Christmas songs. And I think some of you will agree. And if I haven't asked you to comment yet, go ahead and put a song down in the comments that you think is overrated. And then maybe we could read that on the next episode. All right, guys, just a heads up, I will not be able to play any of this music that we are going to be discussing. Simply for copyright purposes. But starting at number 9, one of the most overrated Christmas songs, All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. God, this song is everywhere. A modern classic that somehow now marks the official start of Christmas season, whether you're ready or not. Great song, zero escape. Little Drummer Boy, the extremely serious version. 6 minutes of parumpa-pum-pum, delivered like it's the most important performance of the year. We did not need this level of intensity. I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, Gayla Peavy. Adored for half a minute. After that, it feels like the song equivalent of being stuck behind a slow walker with a cart full of ornaments. Guys, I did not make this list up. It's right here. I am reading it. Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer. A novelty song that refuses to leave. Funny once, confusing forever. Deeply concerning if you think about it too long. Number 5 is Feliz Navidad. 2 lines, repeated forever. By the third choir, you're no longer celebrating, you're trapped. Do They Know It's Christmas by Band-Aid. Important moment, questionable lyrics, and a masterclass in celebrities being very confident and very wrong at the same time. Yeah, guys, I don't know if I've ever heard that song. Oh, wow. This is kind of shocking because we are actually dissecting this song here momentarily. Last Christmas by Wham. A breakup song in a Santa hat. It's been almost 40 years. At this point, it's time to move on for all of us. Christmas Shoes, new song. This isn't holiday music, it's emotional blackmail. Nothing says Christmas cheer like being ambushed by sadness in the middle of the grocery store. Christmas Shoes? I don't know if I've ever heard that one either. I'll have to look that up. This one, I wholeheartedly agree. Number 1, let's get a drum roll. If you guys guessed that Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney was number 1, you'd be right. This song sounds like a synthesizer crying for help. It has haunted shopping centers for decades and somehow survives every year without an apology. And that is my list of overrated Christmas songs. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, this is not my stance on any of these Christmas songs. Unless I said I agree, it's just a list. So I hope none of you got offended by maybe one of your favorite Christmas songs making this list. And by the way, I have not checked any of these lists twice. Another list. Here is a list of celebrities that were born on Christmas Day. Humphrey Bogart, 1899, classic Hollywood legend known for Casablanca, The Maltese Falcon, and basically inventing cool. Annie Lennox, Eurythmics co-founder and solo icon behind hits like Sweet Dreams and Walking on Broken Glass. Sissy Spacek, Academy Award winner, best known for Carrie and the Coal Miner's Daughter. Dido, singer-songwriter behind Thank You and White Flag, and forever linked to Eminem's Stan. Conrad Hilton Jr., Hilton era and early tabloid fixture. Last but not least, Jimmy Buffett, singer of Margaritaville, laid-back legend and proof that Christmas babies sometimes grow up to live permanently on island time. All right, before we move into the dissecting of Wham's Last Christmas, we got birthday shout-outs. I did post this yesterday on our Instagram, and the post section, the community tab in or on YouTube under 909 Adventures. Again, if you guys want a birthday shout out in a future episode of the podcast, go ahead and reach out to me on either Instagram, you can DM me directly, 909 Adventures, or send me an email, 909adventures@gmail.com. If for some reason this podcast takes off, I will definitely start an Instagram just for the podcast and also an email. So again, just get a hold of me. Let me know you want a birthday shout out on a future episode, and we will make sure to do so. Now, if your birthday's in 6 months, wait until, a week or two before, or even the month before. And because if you guys let me know now that your birthday is in 6 months, I will most likely forget. And you'll be listening and saying, hey, what happened to my birthday shout out? So, yeah, make sure it is, relatively close. Like, I'm taking birthday shout outs for December right now. The next episode, it'll be before New Year's Day, so I might take some January birthdays. But again, just make sure it's within a timely manner, not too far out, and not, day of. So yes, we did get a few birthday shout outs. Gilbert wants to wish his daughter Savannah a very happy 19th birthday. Patterson has a birthday coming up on December 23rd. Did not say how, or he did not say how old he was going to be. And last but not least, our very own mini 909, our Holly, is turning 13 years old on December 18th.
It's somebody's birthday today.
Happy birthday, bitch!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, everybody. And with that being said, it is time for Wham. So what you guys are hearing here is the drum track for Wham's Last Christmas. So I know this song may not be everybody's cup of tea, but I know a lot of my audience likes this song. They like George Michael, they like Wham. So I figured I'd do this one for you guys. Is it my favorite? Not necessarily, but it is a staple. I grew up listening to it. You can't get away from it. You know, for whatever that is, you just can't get away from it. So I figured while this track is playing, we talk about the song itself and another list. Here's more fun facts about Wham's Last Christmas. And stick around because we are going to integrate more tracks again. There's other layers to this song. It's not just about the drums, it's about the song in its entirety. And just stick around. I think you guys will enjoy this. Last Christmas was released in 1984. The song was recorded in August of 1984 and released just in time for the holiday season. Talk about planning ahead. It never hit number one in the UK initially. Despite being a holiday classic now, it was kept from the top spot by Band-Aid's Do They Know It's Christmas? There's that song again. Yeah, that's weird. I've never heard of this song, and already it's been on 2 different lists today. I might have to check that song out just to see if I know it or not, but there it is. Written by George Michael, he reportedly wrote the song in 20 minutes after finishing a meal, proving inspiration can strike at the most random times. Inspired by a heartbreak, George Michael wrote it about a personal breakup, which explains why the lyrics are sad instead of cheerful. Record-breaking streams. Even decades later, Last Christmas hits the charts every year, often entering the top 10 again in the UK and the US during the holiday season. Covered endlessly, from Taylor Swift to Ariana Grande, over 100 artists have covered it. Some love it, some not so much. George Michael's wish, he once said he didn't mind that the song is sad. He felt it captured the realistic side of Christmas for people who aren't always cheerful. Longest charting holiday hit. It's one of the few Christmas songs that can chart decades after release, making it arguably the ultimate holiday anthem. Never officially hit number 1 in the US, despite being massively popular. It peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1986. Still, people love it every year. What you are hearing now is the bass track. It is a very simple bass track, and it just basically repeats itself throughout the whole song. So we're going to just let you guys listen to this short clip. Right now, this track is going to be like the synthesizers and the acoustics. There's very, very little guitar on this track, so I really couldn't split that. But here is basically what makes Last Christmas, Last Christmas. right, guys, we're going to get you out of here shortly, but I need to give a quick shout out to all of my supporters. On Patreon, I got David Piotrowski, Sooner JH Travels John. I want to thank my YouTube channel members. First, Desert Dev, thank you for joining, becoming a cool kid. And Scott on Tape, wow, thanks, buddy. Thank you for joining and becoming a cool kid as well. We also have Joshua Hull, Skunk Ape Mysteries, Texas Adventures with Brexton, and Joanne Glass. Thank you guys so much for being members. It really helps out the channel a lot. If anybody wants to join and become a member either on Patreon or on YouTube, you guys will automatically get shout outs in every video and every episode of the podcast. Excuse me. And for as little as $3 a month, you guys can get shout outs too. So consider joining. If not, continue enjoying the podcast and the content on YouTube. That is always free. Until next time, guys, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys get to spend the holidays with somebody that you can stand doing something that you love. That's it for now. It's time for you guys to go enjoy your questionable life choices. Until next time, everybody.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.